Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I guess this is channel update. So you will have noticed that as of late, I have not been posting any videos. It's been about a month since the last video that I posted. It's not something that I had planned, but I'm a little bit burnt out. There's a couple of things that I needed to take care of. So initially, I was just hoping to take 2 weeks off, and as sort of time progressed, I still felt a bit tired, a bit burnt out, a bit without too many ideas, and yeah, I've sort of just disappeared for a bit. Now, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing terribly wrong. Still dealing with like back issues, of course, and but I've been doing my sort of like rehab exercises, and I've been working out and doing all that stuff. So that's pretty good. And yeah, then there's just other things, matter of fact, matter of life, I guess, things that have been going on, and so I really haven't had too much time to sit down and think about it. And truth be told, I kind of want the break itself. It's been a number of years since I've been making content for the channel on a regular basis. It's been several years. I don't even remember how long it's been. Several years of WoW modding content, and before that there was just the regular gaming content that I did. And of course, I'm very grateful that all of you have stuck around, and that the channel is pretty. It moves around. I get a lot of messages, and I usually try and get around to answering all of those. I probably haven't been as good of answering some of the messages in the past couple of weeks, but before that, yes, I was usually pretty good. Either it be through Reddit or through the comment section in videos down below, or through just like messages on Discord. So so that's why I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to put a video out just to explain what's going on. And don't worry, I'm not abandoning the channel. I'm just taking a little break. And I don't know if there is going to be, content for next week, but I'm also thinking about what I want to do creatively, or maybe I just want to do a little bit of gameplay. We'll see. I'm not entirely clear with that. Sorry about that. My throat seems to be bothering me today for some reason. What I want to do today, though, is I want to take a look at some of the questions that I received on Discord and give you perhaps more lengthy answers to that. I'm going to be omitting the names of the people who asked the questions. No particular reason. I just think that the questions are interesting or broad enough that I'm not going to say who asked them. But yeah, so here we go. Alright, so the first comment is, "You are doing an amazing work, man. I wish I could afford to employ you, but you've inspired me to take my private server to the next level with Nugget and a patch file." That's great. That's fantastic. Thanks again for the compliment. A lot of people do reach me on the regular and ask if I do for commission work. I could have perfectly done that, but I think I've said it many times before. One of the reasons I don't like doing that is because I like to have the freedom of deciding whether or not I publish what I work on. And if I'm charging someone to do something for them, I feel that they have a right to the exclusivity of that. So yeah, so that's why I don't work for money. I'll take donations, but I don't do contracts. But I am happy that you are inspired to work on your private server and take it to the next level. I think that's where we should be going as a community, especially now that WoW is getting older, is modding it and making it our own. So the following comment or question is, hey, hello, how's everything? I hope it's okay. I wanted to ask you if there's any way you can pass me the North Vale map. Hope so. Love your job. Thanks a lot. Uh, there's okay. So yes, there's always possibilities that I'm going to release some of the maps. I don't do it on a person by person basis because I have very little time, and recently I've had little time to even answer back some of these messages. So individually, no, I can't give you all individually the files. There is a chance that I will release it, and you're just gonna have to be patient. Right now, I just don't want to go near any of the stuff. Um, but it's gonna be released, even if it's not finished. The problem is when I try to release something, I try to make sure that it is kind of finished or that it works as a standalone. The problem is that when I'm developing zones, I often work off of various patches, and it's kind of how the game is built on my end of the computer, and that's not necessarily the way that I want to distribute those maps. So unless I were to just zip up all of my work files and then just give everyone and say, like, you figure it out, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but it's going to happen soon enough. So don't worry about it. It is going to come. You'll get it. You'll just have to wait a little bit for me to get there. All right, next one. It's a bit of a long one. Hi, I'm from blank. I'm not going to say where it's from. And I suddenly got this crazy idea to create a private server. I want a Wrath of the Lich King-like, but with better graphics from Kata, a Mop, or WAD, and with some spells from Cataclysm. Because I'd like to PvP a lot, I would do some tweaks here and there in some classes. I too like the fact that Kata, you could fly around Azeroth, but I know nothing like how to open a private server, edit spells, maps, or anything like that. LOL. But I'm tired of Blizzard only making WoW worse and worse, and I will create my own server with my own edits because I'm kind of tired of Wrath of the Lich King meta too. So in the classics, basically Wrath of the Lich King with a few new spells from Cataclysm, also mounts and transmogs from Kata, Mop, WAD, Legion, and even Shadowlands. So I think it's easier for me to create Cataclysm and level cap at 80, right? Or do I create a Wrath of the Lich King server and edit a lot of the stuff? I don't even know if it would be possible to port spells from other expansions to Wrath of the Lich King. I discovered you through YouTube map edits and decided to ask you this stuff. That's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, there's not much that I can tell you other than what you're suggesting to be taken over by just one person is very, very difficult and very unlikely. Developing, just getting a regular Wrath of the Lich King server up and running and with a player base requires a team of people that are dedicated so that the game is actually running properly. So imagine what that would mean to import resources from Cataclysm, Mop, Warlords, Legion, and Shadowlands. And you don't know how to do any of these things. It's very, very difficult. I would suggest that you start with something simple. The first thing that I would suggest you start doing is start a Wrath of a Lich King server. Learn how to run that off of your computer, and that's going to be your first step into understanding how to mod. Importing maps and resources from other expansions. Doing it yourself might be a bit hard, but there's plenty of resources out there that you can use and make your own custom patches, so that shouldn't be too difficult to figure out. As for spells and anything that has to do with programming, I really don't know. I'm basically a map developer. I know how to design areas and how to use some of the resources that you can get for download, and I know how to edit textures, and a couple of bits and bobs here and there, but I'm not a programmer, so I can't tell you how complicated it is to edit the spells or get them to work, or how that meta from Kata would be applied to Wrath of the Lich King. The only thing that I can tell you is that Wrath of the Lich King is the most modded version of WoW, which means that you have the greatest chance of fulfilling your vision in that version of the game, even though that might mean that you might need to work a lot more to get it to where you need to go. So I hope that helps you in some way. All right, following question. I want to ask you and request something. I know you shared all your works, but I really want to know about Northvale and Stormwind. You still work on it? You think you'll share it? So, like I said previously, yes, of course, I'm going to share it. It's just a very large area, and you got to be careful because sometimes when you're editing some of those zones, there's crashes. So I don't want to. I don't want to just put out a map that's not finished, that isn't properly tested, that's going to be constantly crashing, because that sort of reflects poorly on me. But yes, it's going to be out there. And look, even if I don't get to finishing it at some point this year, I'm going to release all of my resources. Because right now I do want to continue taking this break so that I can come back with like energy and actually wanting to develop things. But in the really remote case that wouldn't be what I would want to do, I would still make sure to release all the resources as I currently have so that somebody else can continue my work. So yeah, so it's going to come along. Just be patient. Just keep your eye on the channel. It's coming. Don't worry. All right, and the final one. Hello there, mates. First of all, love the stuff you create on YouTube. Really enjoy watching the vids. Anyways, I got a question which probably can't be answered that easy. However, it would be awesome if you had an answer or even tips, I guess. It doesn't matter. If not, it doesn't matter either. Question B. I've been working on a custom map on my own for quite some time, and I noticed that I can't seem to make M maps or V maps work. Tried many ways to extract them, but it doesn't want to work. Hopefully you got something that eventually helps. Keep the good stuff going. Thanks for reading. That's tough. I don't think I can actually help you because I don't work on custom maps. Let me clarify what I mean by that. When you're I think that you mean, when you say custom maps, that you mean that you've created your own files with maps that are new and that were not in, say, Wrath of the Lich King. Where I do my modded maps or my custom maps, a lot of them are already on the Azeroth game map files, and the other maps that most of you would think are custom are actually done within the game's Emerald Dream instance, which I have terraformed and added water and put barriers and whatnot. So I haven't had to deal with issues like having to pull M maps or V maps for custom map files. I think there are some tools that you just dump your ADTs and then you use an extractor and they extract the files from the map files. I think it's but more than that I wouldn't be able to tell you. So I wish I could. I wish I could give you more information, more stuff, but unfortunately can't help you there. Anyways, but you can always go into the Discord channel. There's a lot of people on the Discord channel that are very, very knowledgeable and who probably have more technical experience than me with that type of stuff, and maybe someone can help you there. And again, if any of you are actually listening to this and somebody, asks for some of that, yeah, just help them out. You can maybe point them to some tutorials or whatever. It's up to you. All right, so I think that's going to be it for today. I've been talking for quite a bit. I'm going to go back and do some other stuff, and I'll be back. Don't worry, I'm definitely coming back. I'm just kind of enjoying my time. I've been doing other stuff. I've been doing, like I said, I've been doing exercise. It's the middle of winter, so I've been out and about in minus 18, minus 20-degree weather in the snow. I've been building and upgrading my custom PCs. I've been building PCs for my friends. There's other things that I'm not technically allowed to talk about that I've been doing, but personal stuff, and I've been having a lot of fun. So I haven't been sitting in front of the computer for very long, but I will be back, and when I'm back, it's going to be fun, and it's going to be good. All right, everybody. So until next time, take it easy.